Nora's hair fell like a Tahitian waterfall down her back. Oh, that's good. Please. All right, now. Let's try something else. Okay. Let's go back to the line about her eyes. Her eyes have hid a sea of passion and confusion. She knew then she would belong to only him. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate it. What am I going to do? All right,
Having a good day?
Oh, Mitch. Mitch, I think I've lost my creative flow.
Honey, I hope it's not terminal.
I hope not. You know, here I am. I'm about to write the greatest book of my entire career. I mean, Cass has actually even given me the outline for it, and I can't even find a working title.
Well, maybe Jerry's just trying to work.
Maybe. You know, normally, I sort of just sit down and the juices start to flow and the ideas come and I just start to type.
Just close your eyes for a minute.
Really?
Is that better?
Oh, yeah, a little.
You notice any ideas bubbling up?
No?
No?
Other things are bubbling. No.
Is that better?
Yes, much.
Is that better?
Oh, yes, much. Oh.
And that?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll go away.
Maybe. Oh. Why don't I handle this? Yes, thank you. Lisa.
Alicia.
Hi, honey.
I need your help.
Good morning.
Oh, I didn't hear you come in.
You hungry? Let's have breakfast.
Can we talk for a minute?
Sure, but let's talk over breakfast. I'm starved.
Well, I don't want to involve Bridget in this.
Oh, okay. What?
You have been so evasive lately. It's just not like
Donna,
you.
I told you I don't want to talk about this.
Why? Why won't you talk to me about it?
Look, if I have been on edge, it's only because of all that's happened to Matt Corey.
But I just don't understand why this has you so disturbed.
Because he's my friend. Because he's been under a lot of pressure. A lot has happened to him. Donna, he got arrested at his stepson's engagement party.
I know. And ever since that party, ever since that night, you have been acting strangely. You rushed out of the party. What else happened that night?
Chris?
Surprise. The hatch was open, so I came in. I heard you singing in the shower. I thought I'd set up breakfast for the two of us, huh? Start our day out right.
It's quite a display.
Oh, we've got juice, we've got fresh fruit. What's wrong, John?
Why didn't you tell me?
Tell you what?
About what happened the night of the engagement party with Michael. So Mike did make a pass at you?
John.
Did he or didn't he? Yes or no, Chris?
He kissed me, but it was nothing.
Nothing?
No, looking back, I'm sure it was all a misunderstanding. When I stopped him from continuing, he just acted as if it was the kind of kiss any friend would give a friend.
It doesn't sound like my brother.
I did smell alcohol on his breath. Maybe he'd had a little too much to drink.
What are you saying? Are you telling me that he was drunk?
Oh, no. I mean, I don't know.
Chris, he could have hurt you. He could have refused to stop.
No, John, it wasn't like that. He apologized immediately. He claimed it was all a misunderstanding, and I'm sure it was. Who are you calling?
Michael.
No, John. Now, that's exactly why I didn't tell you in the first place.
Look, I'm not going to let this go by.
was a harmless flirtation. It got a little out of hand.
He has to face up to what he did, Chris.
Well, think of Donna. If you go to him, she might find out. She could be very hurt by this.
Donna's not going to find out.
John, then think of yourself. If you confront Michael, it might start some ill feelings between you that wouldn't be over for a long time.
You are not responsible for my relationship with my brother. It's always been shaky. It always will be.
John, if you fight with your brother because of me, it would break my heart. Oh, please, can't we just forget about this?
Let's eat.
Thank you. You know, I've always had this thing for the strong, silent types.
Yeah, well, maybe you're just... Chris.
Oh, Michael, I've wanted you for so long.
What is it? What happened?
I told you nothing happened.
Look, I am just concerned about you.
I'm fine, Donna. Come on, let's eat, all right?
No! No, I want to know why you left the party and came back here.
Business.
What business?
Donna, it doesn't concern you.
It was urgent business?
Yes, it was urgent business. I have more business to take care of. Now. So if you're not going to have breakfast with me, I'm going to go.
I thought you said you were starving.
I will grab something on the way.
Is Donna breakfast ready?
Oh, Michael just left, and I've lost my appetite.
What's wrong?
It's this Drew Marston case. Somehow, I think Michael might be involved.
Mr. Michael?
I have known Matt Corey for years, and there's no way he could have murdered Drew Marston.
But you'd think that of your own husband?
No! No, Bridget, Michael would... I don't know. I am so confused right now. It's just that Michael's been acting so secretive, so evasive. Ever since Jamie's engagement party and Mac's arrest, and I'm just worried about him.
Mr. Michael's going to be all right, dear.
Oh, I don't know. Look, if he had anything to do with Drew's disappearance or his murder, I just want to help him. He has always been there for me. I want him to know that I'm there for him. I will do anything to protect him.
Well, if I were you, I'd be worried about the poor Corey family. Now, I know that you don't believe he did the dirty deed, and I agree with you that there couldn't be a nicer man. But you know, people do crazy things when they're angry. And I know that Mr. Corey, he was furious the day that Drew Marston disappeared.
How do you know that?
Oh, well, I really don't know. I just thought he probably was.
Bridget, tell me.
Well, I have become very great friends with Roberta McMillan. You see, I see her almost every day down at the market where I do most of the shopping.
So?
Well, Roberta is the Gray's cook.
Philip and Dee Dee?
Yes. Oh, well, anyway, it seems that Mr. Gray is on the board of directors of Corey Publishing, and he was there at that emergency meeting on the day that Mr. Marston disappeared.
And what?
And apparently at the meeting, Mr. Corey made some terrible threats against Mr. Marston.
Really? What kind of threats? What did he say?
Well, you see, I don't know the particulars, but Mr. Gray said that Mr. Corey was angrier than he's ever seen him.
Well, this certainly does put a new perspective on things, doesn't it? Well, that is, if Mac was really as angry as your friend claims.
My friend?
She's as honest as the day is long. Mr. Corey was about to pop a cork.
Bridget, you know, I think I would like that breakfast after all.
Oh, yes, of course, my dear. Yes.
And would you make sure we have plenty of coffee? I may be having a visitor later.
Oh, yes. Well, I'll put on a big pot then, shall I?
Mm-hmm. Philip, it's Donna Hudson. Hi, how are you? Oh, it has been so long, I know. How's Dee Dee? Oh, that's wonderful. Listen, I was wondering if maybe you could come over later. We have so many things that we need to catch up on. I hope I didn't scare Mitch away.
No, we had a lot of things to do. He doesn't mind. So, what's happening?
My life is coming to an end?
So Jamie has found out that Vicky's pregnant.
Yes, he's found out.
Honey, I know you feel like your world is stopping, but I think it's better that Jamie knows the truth from you.
I didn't tell him.
So Vicky finally told him?
No, Vicky kept her mouth shut, at least with Jamie.
Then who told him?
Amanda. She thought Vicky told him, and she said something, trying to be helpful, and Jamie went to Vicky, and Vicky's vow of silence ended.
So what exactly did she say to him?
She told him I knew about the pregnancy all along.
Sounds like Vicky.
He was very hurt. It was terrible.
Has it gotten any better?
Oh, much. Now he's only distant.
Are you at least talking?
We're talking. We're just not getting anywhere. Jamie's hedging all the time. He doesn't know what he wants or how he feels, and what I want doesn't seem to count.
Honey, that really is pretty understandable.
What?
Lisa, this is Jamie's problem. This is not yours.
If it's Jamie's, it's mine, too.
Yes, I guess. It's just... Never mind.
What?
No, really. It's nothing. Go on, tell me.
Well, I don't know what to do. Jamie says he loves me. And I believe him. And I love him. Just doesn't seem like that's enough. He won't tell Vicky to let go. I feel like I'm at a dead end. That's why I'm here. How do I fight Vicky and keep Jamie and me together? It seems like he's more worried about losing the baby than he is about losing me.
Losing a baby. That is what he should be worried about.
Are you telling me I should break up with Jamie?
I'm asking you to consider it as a real possibility, yes.
I love him.
I know that, but maybe that's not enough right now.
I can't believe you're saying this to me.
I want you to listen to me, honey. Now listen to me. When it was just Vicky's manipulations, I said to you, go for it. Go after Jamie. But now, honey, there is a baby involved here. There is nothing stronger than a parent's love for a child. It's very real, and it's not going to go anywhere.
Well, we could have that, too. Jamie and I could have our own child.
Listen, now, just think about this. Maybe you won't want to. Or maybe you won't even be able to. And even if you did have 10 babies with Jamie, that's not going to make him forget that he has a baby with Vicky.
Felicia, not every man raises his own child.
That's really not the point, is it? Now, look, there's something else I want you to think about. Jamie's own personal history. He had a relationship with a father that was cut off at a very young age. I know. I'm sure it makes Jamie very sad to think that he could put a child through that same thing. You know, Jamie may not even like Vicky, or himself for that matter, after this mess he's got himself into, but I know that he would never make a child suffer that way.
I know that.
And Vicky, even if she didn't want Jamie around, don't you know that he would be around? Of course he would. And you're telling me that Vicky wants him around.
Of course she does. She's using this baby to take him from
And she's
me.
succeeding, isn't she? Even if you do marry Jamie.
What are you trying to say?
If you and Jamie get married, he will still be involved with Vicky. Every time that baby has the flu. Every time there's a report card. Every time there's a special occasion, a school play. He's going to be there with Vicky.
I could be there too.
Oh, Vicky's never going to let you get close to their child. You know that. You're going to be an outsider always. Lisa, you don't want that for your life.
You don't know that that's going to happen. You're just expecting the worst.
I want you to think about it. I want you to know what I'm saying. I want you to know that what I'm saying is straight. You said to me that this baby already is pulling at Jamie. That the bond is strong. Don't you know that after this baby is here, that pulling is even going to be greater? Giving up a child is hard. It's the hardest thing in the whole world. I know, Jamie, and he's not going to be able to do it.
Stop it.
Lisa!
I can't believe you're turning against me.
Mary,
Yes.
I was just up in Jake's room.
Is he coming down for breakfast?
I kind of doubt it. He wasn't up there.
Oh, did he leave early?
No, I would have heard him.
Really? That's the second night in a row he hasn't been here.
Yep, he left a message for me at the restaurant, but it didn't sound serious. Doesn't sound like he's having any trouble or anything.
Yeah, so? Then why's he not here?
Maybe we're just not used to having a young man around the house, you know what I mean?
I don't think I want to hear this, Vince.
Well, he wasn't out all night playing Chinese checkers.
Did I just say I didn't want to hear this?
Hey, Uncle Vince. Mary, how you doing?
Jake, you...
We were just talking about you.
I'm sorry I didn't call you about staying out all night. It kind of slipped my mind.
Well, hey, as long as you're not hurt or anything.
No, I spent the night at a hotel.
Oh? Car breakdown?
Mary.
Actually, I was with someone.
Well, that's certainly your own business now, isn't that right, Mary?
Mm-hmm.
I think I should explain, Vince, that...
No, not at all. You don't have to explain a thing to me.
Yeah, but the person...
Oh, but I was thinking maybe that you hadn't given up on Marley.
I was with Marty last night.
What?
Oh, does that mean...
We're back together.
All right.
Hey, why, you son of a... Get over here. Get over here. Hey. I knew you could get your family back together again. He's got the McKinnon touch. Mary?
What?
Break out the orange juice. We're going to celebrate.
John,
Mike,
what's going on?
what are you doing here?
Oh, good morning to you, too.
Well, come on in.
I didn't come by to visit.
No?
We need to talk.
Yeah, I think so, too.
John, what's going on with you and Chris?
Why do you ask?
I have to make sure...
Make sure what, Mike? That you're not horning in on my territory?
What?
That's what you're trying to do, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Well, you've got a hell of a nerve.
What do you mean? I mean, you walk in here, you act like nothing's wrong after what you did.
What did I do?
You made it pass at Chris, and I want to know why.
So that's when I realized that it wasn't just what I did in California that was keeping Marley and myself apart.
Then what was it?
I'd really rather not get into that, but when we got down to the bottom of it, Marley just felt like she wasn't going to be good enough for me.
Well, I certainly hope the two of you solved that little problem.
Well, you bet.
Well, then, here's to your marriage.
To my marriage.
Yeah. Are you going to move back to California?
Actually, we were thinking about staying right here in Bay City.
All right. What this town needs is more McKinnons. All right.
Yeah, we're going to be staying over at the St. James Hotel until we find a place.
Oh, St. James. Nice dump.
Vince.
Yeah.
The money is right. And I don't want to use any of Marley's money. Vicky's place is too small, so... Oh, Marley came up with the great idea of asking Donna and Michael if we could stay there.
That's not a bad idea. They have a huge place.
Mary, believe me, I am not Donna's favorite person. I mean, she wasn't exactly happy to see that Marley and I were back together.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think Michael was wild about the idea either. He didn't exactly greet us with open arms.
Well, it's all right. They'll come around, I'm sure of it.
I hope so, for Marley's sake. But we're going to go apartment hunting today unless you have a room at Mary's place or something.
Forget about it. Your family. You two stay here, right, Mary?
Chris told you that I came on to her?
She didn't say anything. She didn't want me to know.
I'll bet she didn't.
Why'd you do it, Mike?
John, I did not come on to Chris.
Oh, come on. I've seen how uncomfortable the two of you are around each other.
Well, that's true. John, she made a pass at me.
She what?
She came on to me. That's what I came over here to tell you.
You told Donna about this?
No.
Right.
Hey, it would be a little awkward to try and tell her about this.
Well, if you're not feeling guilty, what's the big secret?
Well, look how you're reacting. I mean, Donna's not going to react any more rationally than this. Look, John, at first, with Chris, I thought it was a misunderstanding. I thought she just misunderstood my intentions, but it happened again.
It what?
It happened again, and I thought that since you're involved with her, I should tell you. And now that I find out she's handing you some line about me being involved with her,
Look, she's not handing me anything. I had to drag this story out of her. And she defended and made excuses for you every step of the way.
Come on, John. Look, you're not crazy enough to think that after all the work that Donna and I have done on this relationship, I would go after another woman. John, I know that Chris can be very convincing. She had me fooled, too. There's more going on there than meets the eye. I think... John, I think Chris has some severe emotional problems.
Get out.
Be careful, John.
Just get out of here.
Look. I would never go after a woman that you were interested in. Now, deep down in your heart, you have to know that's true. Please, just listen to me.
You stay away from Chris.
Believe me, I'm going to stay away from Chris. But I certainly hope you stay away from Chris, too. Otherwise, you're going to get really hurt.
Oh, Chris, I'm really sorry you missed Mikey. Victoria came and took him down to the playground with a couple of bodyguards.
Oh, Donna, I don't know how you do it. All this threat stuff. I would have fallen apart long ago, I tell you.
Well, I guess you learned to live with the problems.
I guess. Well, I'm sorry I missed Mikey, but I'm glad to know he's okay and the rest of the Hudson clan.
Right.
I guess I'll be going.
Chris.
Yeah.
Could I ask you something?
Well, sure. What?
Well, the night of Jamie and Lisa's engagement party, you were here with Mikey.
Right.
Well, Michael rushed out of the party and he came back here. Do you know why?
Didn't he tell you?
Well, he was just a little vague. He said that there was some kind of problem.
Oh, let me think. You know, he might have made a phone call when he first got here. I was preoccupied with Mikey and, you know, I got a little sick that night. No, I just can't remember. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Thanks anyway.
Don't you believe the explanation he gave you? I mean...
Well, it's just that I thought that maybe something had happened to Mikey or we'd had another security problem or something and Michael just didn't want to alarm me.
Oh, of course you'd want to know about that.
Well, of course I would.
Oh, gosh, I wish I could be of help. But I really have to be going.
I know. Well, that's all right. I'm sorry you missed Mikey.
Well, it's just a blown fuse, and fortunately, you had some spares. Now, if it ever happens again, you'll know what to do, ladies, right?
Thank the Lord, that was all it was. I mean, I was so frightened. I mean, when the lights were...
I know. I think we all thought it might be another intruder.
Yes, well, if you'll excuse me, I better go back and do my work.
All right. Well, Chris, I'm just so glad you were here.
I'm happy I could help.
What's the matter? What's wrong?
Oh, you mentioning the attack. It reminds me how careless I was the night I babysat for Mikey.
Don't be ridiculous. That attack wasn't your fault.
Yeah, but if Mikey had been affected...
But he wasn't. Believe me. He's been just fine since that night. It didn't affect him.
How's he been sleeping?
Oh, that's been fine, too. Are you kidding? He gets up at dawn, and, of course, he has to take a nap later in the afternoon.
Oh, really?
What am I doing? I am boring you with all these details.
Donna, no, it's not boring. I love kids. I love Mikey. I certainly would love to know everything about his schedule.
Really? Well, if you have a few more minutes, I could have Bridget get us some coffee, and I could give you Mikey's entire itinerary.
Oh, good.
Uncle Vince, I can't possibly do that. I mean, I've already imposed on you enough as it is.
That is your stupid pride speaking. We have lots of room here. Come on.
Don't you think you two should talk this over before you...
Oh, well, thank you, Doctor, but I think Mary feels exactly the way I feel. Right, Mary?
I would love to have you and Marley living here.
I'd sure help us out on money, and I know Marley would love to be here, but, Ernie, are you sure about this?
You give these to your wife and tell her to move in today.
Thank you. We will be the greatest house guest you have ever had. Vince, I will even clean the bathroom.
Would you please tell Marley that I'm really looking forward to her being here?
I will do that. You wouldn't mind if I move some stuff in here tonight, would you?
Of course not.
Great. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Jake. Isn't this great?
I'm not on anybody's side.
Then stop telling me to give up Jamie.
I'm not telling you anything. I just want you to think. Just think, Lisa, about what's best for you.
What's best for me is to be with Jamie and for Vicky to disappear.
Do you know what Vicky wants?
I know what Vicky wants. I've heard over and over and over again about what Vicky wants. What about what I want? Doesn't that mean anything?
Of course it
Well,
does.
nobody acts like it does. I've tried to do the right thing. I even gave Jamie time to go and explore his feelings for Vicky. And she used the opportunity to get pregnant to take Jamie from me. And now you are telling me to let her win?
This is not about winning, honey. This is about a baby, a little baby. maybe if you stopped thinking about this as some kind of a battle and started realizing that a baby's future is at stake.
I do realize
Then you start acting on it. Listen, no, I'm sorry.
What for? More good advice. I thought you would be the one who would be on my side. I thought you would understand.
Lisa.
No!
Lisa.
What's happened? Why don't you give us a few minutes, Felicia?
I'll be in the next room if you need me.
What's happening here?
I suppose you know that Vicky's pregnant and Jamie's the father.
No, I didn't know that.
Well, I came over here to ask Felicia to help me. I wanted her to listen to me like she always does and help me and be on my side and fight Vicky. But instead, she tells me that I should think about giving Jamie up.
Why do you think she said what she said?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Could it be that you're upset because she didn't say what you wanted to hear?
I need her to be on my side.
She is on your side. I mean, she cares about you. She doesn't want to see you hurt.
I am hurt, Mitch. And I'm mad. I want to kill Vicky and everyone else.
I know what it's like to be angry. I understand that.
What do you do?
Well, if you're angry, you're angry. That's okay. But it doesn't do any good to be angry at Felicia, and it doesn't do any good to be angry at Vicky. I mean, it doesn't change things. It doesn't make a baby go away. Look, I know that's a decision you don't like, but that's something you're going to have to think about, and it's something you're going to have to figure out a way to handle.
I don't know how.
Well, you just got to start thinking about the future. I mean, stop thinking about being angry.
I really haven't a clue about what I'm supposed to do.
It has been kind of quiet around here.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl even asked what we were going to do about it in our last letter.
Mm-hmm.
MJ suggested that we sell the place. Can you imagine that?
Really? Have we heard from Ben?
Who?
Your son, Ben.
Are you kidding? The great communicator? He never writes.
Right.
Mary, do we communicate?
Sure.
In more than one-word sentences, I mean.
We can.
Good.
Sometimes.
But not now.
We could.
Mary,
Vince,
I apologize.
for what, Vince?
You know what for that Jake thing.
You mean the inviting Jake and Marley to live here without asking me about it thing?
Right.
You mean the not considering me as an equal partner in this marriage thing?
You know, That's it.
You mean changing my whole life around without even finding out how I feel about it thing?
That about covers it.
You ought to be sorry. All right, maybe I can forgive you.
You know, we are going to have less privacy around.
Oh, that's okay. I wouldn't mind a little more activity.
Don't give me that. You're not one to turn your home into a boarding house.
I have no intention of doing that. Jake and Marley are going to be on their own while they're here.
How come you're being so agreeable?
Because he's your nephew.
So?
So any member of the McKinnon family is welcome here.
Really? You know, Uncle Brian should be coming here pretty soon.
Who is that, Vince?
Well, he has a record as long as mine
Vince.
aren't. No, but don't worry, Mary. I'll put myself between you and him, and I'll protect you. Come here, you little filly.
Yet, despite everything, our Russian blue won first prize.
Oh, how exciting for both of you.
Now Dee Dee wants to start breeding Siamese. I remain reticent. Such a temperamental breed.
Oh, no. Dee Dee has a delightful rapport with felines. I'm sure you'll be very successful.
Perhaps.
But, you know, you have to tell me, how are you able to get away for these cat shows with all your business obligations? Well, you're on the board of Corey Publishing, right?
Well, yes, but that's been very, very, very crazy lately. I haven't been able to get to a competition in weeks.
Oh?
Well, my dear Donna, don't you read the papers? This missing man, Marston, was supposed to show up at an emergency board meeting the day he disappeared. Mac was ready to sell him the company right there.
Really?
But he never showed. Mac was livid, vilified Marston up and down the boardroom, finally said, strangling is too good for Drew. Then he marched out.
Oh, well, I can't believe that Mac actually meant that.
Well, of course he didn't. He was just extremely angry. But if the police knew of his comment, it would only add fuel to a fire that is already out of control. I can't believe they think Mac could harm anyone.
Oh, no, me either. Oh, I certainly hope that the police doesn't get wind of it. They mustn't.
Absolutely. Oh, my, it's getting late. I promised Dee Dee we'd go to the club for a round of golf this afternoon.
Oh, well, Philip, it's been delightful seeing you again. It has been much too long. And please give Dee Dee my love.
Will do.
All right, bye-bye. Police department, I have a tip on the Marston case. Interview the Corey board members.
Bridget, I'll get that.
Jake.
Donna, I'm here to pick up Marty's things, excuse me.
We have something to discuss. Now.
What do we have to discuss?
I want to apologize. Things went too far the other day.
They certainly did.
I want you to know something. My opinion of you has not changed. I don't think that's possible. But I know Marley chooses her own future. And I know I want to be a part of it. Even if it means sharing it with you.
Is that an apology, Donna?
Jake, I think you should be grateful here. You know I can cause a lot of trouble. I'm just making things easier for you.
Is that all?
No, there's one other thing. What? I want to make amends with Marley. I want to put all of this unpleasantness behind us.
And you need me to help you do that?
Well, I think it's a fair trade, don't you? After all, look what I've just done for you. Michael.
Jake? Michael. Excuse me.
What's he doing here?
He just came by to pick up Marley's things. How are you? You look a little worried.
No, I'm all right.
Did you get your business thing taken care of?
Not really. Would you excuse me, please?
I'm sorry. I am too.
crazy. I came on too strong. You don't need that.
Oh, you wanted to tell me the truth, and I guess I needed to hear it.
I'll always be there. Always for you.
I know. You're so important to me.
You know, Lisa, sorry. Felicia and I were thinking about going out of town for a couple of days.
We were?
Yeah, Labor Day. We're maybe going to go down to Atlantic City for a few days. Would you like to join us?
Oh, honey, that would be wonderful. Please do.
Sure, why not? Come on.
Come on, it'll do you good to get out of here. Come on, it'll be fun. All right? Yes? Oh, great.
Why don't Felicia and I go make some reservations, and then the two of you can go have lunch and then do some shopping.
Oh,
I like that.
Okay. All right. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Felicia. Thank you.
Sunday on CTV, it's exciting sports action at its best as the Toronto Blue Jays take on the Texas Rangers at Exhibition Stadium. Don't miss it. And Sunday night, a passion for medicine brings Dr. Casey back to the hectic pace of County Hospital in The Return of Ben Casey, CTV's Sunday movie.